Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to RanDOTA. As always, I am D, your host for the show where the meta doesn't matter. And of course, we've already had a pause because Dota. So in a high 6,000s MMR, for those of you that pay attention to that kind of thing. Let's go ahead and introduce the team, shall we? First off, we'll start with the Radiant. We have A3, because that's the only part of your name I can read, playing on the Wind Ranger. Roland playing the Clinks. FGH playing the Drow Ranger. So they've got three big archers in this game. Aken Auszigen playing the Night Stalker. And they've got a Visage in the form of Sad Face, or Crying Face. Currently out there just placing out a ward. Whereas for the Dire, we've got Retard Cat playing Earth Spirit, obviously not a nice person. Railgun playing the Disruptor. Actually, I don't know if the cat is a nice person or not, but Steve Yao playing the Darkseer, currently in the bottom lane. Reniart playing the Bloodseeker, and Necrophos played by AAA. We'll see how this one goes so far, because don't know any of these people. This Visage, though. This is a bold place to be. He might be trying to get a D ward going. Yeah, they don't know. He knows, though. Keep an eye on their vision, see if they ever spot the Visage. No, they don't. Ooh, this is a good trick. So those of you that want to play Dota and be sneaky about your warding, right here. Probably a similar spot on the other side.
Time to man or woman up.
The Dire take 3 of the 4 bounty runes, so they're going to have a small advantage coming up so far. Alright, let's see who's where. So the Windy is in the top lane, Clink's in the mid, Drow on the bottom, supported by Visage, most likely. And the Night Stalker is just wandering around for the Radiant. AAA, the Necrophos in the mid lane for the Dire. Bloodseeker in top lane being supported by Disruptor. Darkseer in the bottom lane with a currently wandering Earth Spirit. This is going to be an interesting fight because with the 3 archers. Oh, the boulder comes in. From the Earth Spirit, he's just going to take a couple smacks at the Clinks, but not going to have enough damage to take him down just yet. Like I was saying, with the 3 archers, along with the Visage, the Radiant have a lot of good ranged power, and they've got a great initiator in the form of the Night Stalker, at least when it's, nighttime. Whereas the Dire have a lot more balanced of a team. Good tanky support in the form of the Earth Spirit. Great escape in the with the Darkseer and that surge as we just saw. Disruptor lives up to his name by being disruptive. Oh, the Clinks falls in the mid lane. That's gonna slow him down some. Oh, way deep dive by the Wind Ranger there. Not a good start here in the top lane, especially not against the Disruptor Bloodseeker combo. Because a Wind Ranger versus a Bloodseeker, the Bloodseeker's going to lose that. That's just how that is, because he's a melee versus a ranged. Out comes the kick from the Earth Spirit. Actually does pull aggro from the big guys, which gets the denial onto the Earth Spirit, so that actually kind of works out, but there's the slow and one more smack. So good experience there for the Night Stalker. Clinks is actually keeping up with the Necrophos pretty well. He's going to have an advantage in the last hits department because Clinks hits pretty hard. Actually, he doesn't hit as hard as the Necrophos. Never mind. Sorry. Rolling boulder coming in, and the miss. Clinks can just walk away. There's a smoked up disruptor here in the bottom lane. If the Wind Ranger's been paying attention, could have called this. Might just be focusing on not getting hit by the Bloodseeker a lot. But then again, with Wind Run, all that dodge. Oh, they've gone on the Clinks. The Necro and the Earth Spirit are way deep here. They're gonna try it, go for it. Oh, the Boulder comes in for the save. Thanks to, and with Ghost Shroud, this might secure a second kill. Can they? Oh, just shy. Literally 4 HP there. Meanwhile, Bloodseeker takes out the Wind Ranger? Must have overcommitted. Kind of like that. Visage comes in, gets the good revenge, so that's going to speed him up. He needs the birds. The Drow on the... What is going on with the Radiant right now? They're just falling all over each other. Actually, they're falling all over. They're just falling all over. Now, luckily, Drow has secured level 4. But she needs to hit level 6 and start getting some items before she can really do her damage. There's a revenge kill. The Night Stalker's been involved in 2/3 of his team's kills. It's good for him, but they need to do something else. They need to get some more going here. In comes the Boulder and the kickback. The Drow is currently in no man's land and trapped in the trees. Out comes the Disruptor with the kinetic field. The Soul Assumption. That artillery blast from the Visage is good work. Uh-oh, the Glimpse. Not quite enough damage. Is that going to be it? Yeah, it is. The Boulder would have been either way. Two for one here on the bottom lane. They trade... I mean, 3 for 1 ultimately across the map because the Bloodseeker died during that fight. That's going to help the Radiant pull this back because they've got they have a long-term plan here with this kind of line. Because Clinks and Drow, pretty late game carries. The Scythe's not going to be enough until just a good smack from the Earth Spirit there to take down Clinks again. That's going to slow him down a lot. He's died 3 times here in the mid lane. But yeah, like I was saying, Clinks and Drow, hard carries, need their space, need their time. Windy can do a little bit before she gets all of her items, but she's more useful with them. The Night Stalker and the Visage, all they need is level 6, really.
A gift from the Tempest of Battle.
That's... Oh, the Earth Spirit trying to block for his Bloodseeker pal, but gonna lose his own life in the process. Although he did exactly what he needed to do for a support. Namely, he kept his carry alive at his own expense. Clinks is not missing, he's right there. Bit of a lag spike there for a second. Oh, it's the night. That means the Night Stalker is going to be doing some extra work here. Can they use this to secure? Yeah, I think they can, but the Ghost Shroud. The Scythe, not going to be enough. You do need some good eyeball math skills with that. Wind Ranger, she's going to try and run him down. If she had Shackle Shot here, oh, but she doesn't need it. That'll help the Clinks out a lot. The Rolling Boulder just gets out of there. Meanwhile, the Darkseer and the Visage will trade for each other through the Drow. Okay, we do have data on how that happened. Nothing huge used, but the Windy pulling off another one on the Disruptor here, and this is starting to turn around for the Radiant. These kills are going to start helping them get their speed going because they need it. Like I said, Visage really only needs level 6. Once Visage hits 6 and he gets the birds out, if he's got the control he needs, if he's got the micro, then he'll be able to really do some help there. Drow's getting to where she's going to be is starting to be kind of scary because she's got the marksmanship now. Windy getting that. Oh wait, no, it was a denial. Sorry, misread that for a second.
Its middle tower is under attack.
3-man gank on the Wind Ranger. The glimpse catches her, but Windrun is a very good skill for this. Pops the healing salve, and she's just gonna walk away. They committed a lot to that fight too. Mostly time. Like I said, they committed a lot of time to that fight and didn't get anything out of it. All the Wind Ranger really had to commit there was the Wind Run. Which, let's be honest here, a Wind Run, 12-second cooldown, 60 mana, and it's not a huge deal. Focus Fire is a bigger deal once she actually picks it up. Once the Radiant team really gets going, expect there to be just a ton of arrows flying everywhere and people looking like pincushions. If Dota, actually simulated that. It doesn't, but good. Bloodseeker is doing okay for himself. He's managed to get himself up to this poor man's shield. He's going back for the Hand of Midas. Not a bad choice, because his farm, while not the best, is also not the worst. He's actually second best on terms of last hits and denies. Although Clinks with the 10 denies, not the highest, but Visage using his birds to try and zone out the Darkseer. He did lose one. Oh wait, no he didn't. Yeah, I was gonna say, you don't want to fight Visage and both of his birds, especially not when you know for a fact he's got Soul Assumption. Rupture on the Wind Ranger. The Visage does fall, but the birds stay around. Oh, and the Windy actually gets a kill onto the Earth Spirit. It does pay for it, but in comes the Night Stalker. The help from that one Visage bird, securing the Darkseer kill. That means that their push is going to be a lot weaker in the bottom lane for the Dire. And a double for the Night Stalker. He's going to be going quicker. Good use of the Visage bird here to spot out the rune.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Clink's coming in for the double damage rune for himself. Which means let's watch Clink's just, hit like a bus. The middle tier 1 is gone. That's the first tower fall.
Bad dude's top tower's gonna fall over.
Oh, Clink's with the amulet or the medallion. Not going to be enough though. Not with the Darkseer there as well. That was not a good call on the Clink's part. Now the Rupture onto the Wind Ranger, turns and starts attacking the Wind Ranger, showing why even with Rupture on, you don't want to fight her. At least not with not a Bloodseeker. Ooh, the Disruptor finds himself on the wrong end of the Night Stalker. The Magnetize used. That might be enough. Nope. Meanwhile, the Drow That means a lot of the damage from for the Radiant side is gone. Because they don't have the aura. Precision aura, that's what it's called. Clinks is found 3 of them. He's tracking the Bloodseeker, so...
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Is he gonna go on somebody here?
Green dude's top thing.
He's only got a couple of seconds till Skeleton Walk ends, and he's gonna pop it early, pop the medallion onto the Earth Spirit, and not get anything out of him. AAA, on the other hand, the Necrophos has a blade mail. He does use it, but Ghost Shroud as well. But extra magic damage. The Void pulls in the Necrophos from the Night Stalker.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That was an awkwardly worded sentence. Ooh. The Disruptor being chased down by the Visage Birds. They're just gonna go Stone Form. Ooh, good call on the Visage part to TP out once he gets recalled or glimpsed. Because Glimpse is a great counter to TP to the town portals. Boulder comes in on the Windy. She's gonna have to pop her Wind Runner and go away. Shackle Shot onto the tree it's gonna keep the Earth Spirit out of the fight. The Wind Ranger and the Drow are now going onto the Dark Seer. There he goes. He did use the Wall of Replica, so he's not 100% out of the fight, but luckily there's just enough of a gap there for them to just go straight through without getting hit by it. The Wandering Earth Spirit goes down to the Clinks. That's going to negate the good initiation that they've got from him. Meanwhile, Bloodseeker takes down the tower on the bottom lane. That's 2 towers down against the Radiant. They're trying to get their first one against the Dire.
Bad dude's top tower gonna fall.
Looking like they're going to get this top tier 1, and it's gone.
Bad dude's top is all nasty and brokey.
Rupture onto the Visage. He's just going to stand his ground and fight. And then TP out as soon as it looks like it's going to turn against him. Oh, the stun! What exactly stunned him? What stunned him? Yeah, there's nothing that... Actually, they might have glimpsed him. Either way, the shackle onto the Earth Spirit is going to keep him in place long enough for the Windy to finish him. So there goes a lot of disruptive ability for the Dire, but the disruptive ability for the Radiant coming in right there with the Night Stalker. Another shackle takes down the Necrophos. There goes a lot of the sustain. Without the Necrophos and the Earth Spirit, the Disruptor can try and stop this, but he's not going to have much luck, especially now that he's running out of mana and he's running out of HP. He's gone. The Night Stalker is proving his worth here. The Radiant could make a great push here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire structures are fortified.
They found the Darks here, but they're not going to have enough to take him down, especially now that it's daytime. Remember, folks, Balinar is a lot less useful in the day. He is the Night Stalker for a reason. I mean, you really think about it, he's basically Demon Batman.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Question now here is Visage going to go for the Scepter and get a third familiar? He is going for the Solar Crest. He's actually almost there. About 1,100 or so gold off. And with that 90 gold per minute talent he just picked up, he's going to get it a lot quicker. Wendy is working on her Lincolns, just needs about 700 gold. Clinks leaves his Drow Ranger in a death trap just to get a good revenge kill onto the Disruptor and then TP out. And he got him to waste the scan, so actually I'd say the Radiant come ahead slightly in that one. Only slightly, because if it had been anybody but the Drow... Well, not anybody, if it had been any non-carry. That said, in terms of non-carries, this Night Stalker's position has been transitioning pretty hard from a good roaming support into a semi-carry. Unfortunately, the Shackle Shot does not latch. The Wall of Replica has gone down. They're going to get a kill there. Wendy's going to manage to TP out. The Bloodseeker comes in, tries the right. Misses it. The Visage just going to annoy him at this point. Rupture onto the Visage. In come the birds. They're silenced. One of them's dead, so is the Visage. One bird survives. No, it doesn't. Tons of gold going the way of the Bloodseeker. That's great for him. Meanwhile, here on the top lane, ice shots from the Drow. You're going to slow down and take out... It's going to help take down both the Necro and the Darkseer again. Night Stalker signaling he wants to go after Roshan. The rest of the Dire, or the rest of the Radiant are going for it. They want the big guy down too. That's actually a pretty good call, giving it to the Drow, because that means the aura will stay around.
Mad dudes, middle tower, everyone go, now!
Boulder forward. Gust back. Looks like this is just going to be a minor disengage.
Every coin helps.
Mad dudes, top tower gonna fall soon!
2-2 on top has been taking quite a bit of bounding from these Clinks illusions. That said, the Dire are still ahead on towers. They've taken 3. And we do have a 2-man smoke from the Necro and Darkseer in the mid lane. They found themselves a Wind Ranger. She's ruptured. She's going to get rolled on. Glimpsed out. And she's gone. So this 4-on-5, although the Radiant look like they want a revenge, they're going on the Darkseer, but they're not going to be able to get him. The Wind Ranger's big use is just extra damage at this point, although the Shackle Shots, if they can land, are great disruptive. There goes the Bloodseeker, there goes a lot of the AoE, or there goes a big AoE. Although this is going south for the Radiant really quickly. The Aegis gets popped, so the only ones left alive now are the Drow and the Clinks. But the Glimpse back puts her in the kinetic field. They're going to get this Drow kill. Force Staff. Can she survive this? Nope. Only the Clinks survives, along with the Visage Birds. Are the Dire going to make use of this and push? We'll see. Looks like they want to. A lot of that came down to they just did not. They focused on the Bloodseeker, but there's a lot of AOE disruption on the side of the Dire, such as the Darkseer who just fell. If he had been taken out quick, or like the Earth Spirit, that fight would have gone very differently. That being said, though, the Earth Spirit and the Necrophos are down as well. So that was a quick turnaround from the Radiant. Not sure how the Radiant got that quick of a turnaround, but it worked. 12k net worth on the Bloodseeker. Not surprising. Oh, he's actually gotten himself up to a Radiance already.
Dire structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Tier 2 and mid is gone.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
This is where the thing I was talking about earlier with the Radiant lineup, where they're kind of a later game team. They're going to start coming online pretty soon. Some of them already have, like Clink's here with this Deso, that Desolator. Oh, Drow, you're not going to survive this. This is going to turn into a bloodbath for a bit. Without Drow and Windy, this is going to be bad for the Radiant, because they lose, like I said, a lot of their damage without the Drow Ranger. Visage and his birds don't do quite as much damage.
Yo, good guys. Middle tower got owned. What you gonna do? Get mad or get bottom tower is under attack.
Although Klink's with a split push. We're going to keep an eye out here on the mid lane, but click on that tower so we've got some Visage. There it goes. Klink takes up the tier 2 on the bottom, but the tier 3 in the mid lane has fallen.
Good guys. Middle tower got owned. What you gonna do? Get mad or get even?
Oh, minor lag spike there.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Drought going on the Disruptor, but gets glimpsed back. Scythe comes out, does not have enough damage to kill the Night Stalker. But this focus fire from the Wind Ranger, the Ghost Shroud, is going to be the only thing keeping him alive. She blinks forward. He takes a Soul Assumption. Can they get him? The Klinks does fall on the... I'm guessing that was over on the bottom lane with the Necrophos. Yeah. Klinks actually took out half a lane of Rax and a tier 3 on his own, basically. Windy with a Haste Rune. They might have lost the Klinks, but Klinks did a great job on that bottom lane siege. Enough that the Radiant, they're gonna start taking out the shrines. One gone. Can the Windy escape from this? She gets glimpsed back into the kinetic field, but she's gonna run out before it goes. So that means Disruptor is... all he's got is Static Storm, and Static Storm on a naked Static Storm is not great. Visage Birds force a vacuum out of the Darkseer. Excuse me. Darkness gets pulled. The kinetic field is going to keep the Night Stalker in place. Good play by the Disruptor, but heard the Rupture go off. It's on the Drow. There goes a ton of the damage again for the Radiant. The vacuum misses, so it's off. It's on cooldown for a bit, but Rupture is also down. They've got all their other ultimates though. The Dire can probably do quite a lot of damage here. Bloodseeker just going to be chunking through everything in his path. Ooh, good call on the They broke through the Lincoln sphere. Oh, great stun onto the Bloodseeker there with the shackle shot. But the Bloodseeker might still survive this. The Clinks is the one who goes down. A lot of the damage for the Radiant is just gone with those two down. This is bad news for them. That being said, they are routing the Dire, and the Bloodseeker falls as well. So a lot of the melee damage, actually basically all the melee damage, is gone for the Dire, and the Drow has come back up. Ooh, the Death Pulse actually misses, but the Ghost Shroud is there. Not much gonna happen there. That said, with only the ranged Rax still standing on the bottom lane, and it's actually just under half health. Are we going to see an initiation onto Roshan here? Doesn't look like it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, good smoke break from the invisible Night Stalker. He does get dusted, but the Rupture comes out as well onto the Wind Rain. On Drow, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, she cannot stand and fight this. Rolling Boulder forward. The Disruptor falls on the back line. Clinks takes down the mid tier 2. Mid tier 3 actually. Clinks is backdooring. Sneaky Clinks playing the siege game. The Dire must have figured with the Drow down, they don't have the damage to do that to fight us, but Windy goes down as well. So there goes a ton of the ability to fight at range from the Dire or from the Radiant. Clinks is still up, but he's mostly playing the siege game here. Bloodright coming out. Not going to land on anybody. Necrophos surging away. Clinks appears out of nowhere and just helps the Visage melt the Bloodseeker. So again, the big carry for the Dire is gone. He's also lost a lot of the money advantage he had. Well, not really, come to think of it. He had about a 3k advantage earlier, now he's about 4k. Kinetic Field as a zoning tool. Soul Assumption, they're trying to get this Necrophos down. They need him down, they know. Glimpse, Gust. Disruptor is the target for the Drow. Can she take him down? Scythe comes out. There goes the Visage, but the birds are still active. Drow only has to survive until I was going to say until Gust comes off, but Clink's still doing his best to backdoor everything here, but his team is starting to lose their momentum.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
Problem for the Dire is they've got Megas pouring in on the bottom lane.
This sustains, gold remains.
Unfortunately, at this point, Bloodseeker's Rupture not the greatest of uses. It'll still do damage, of course, but especially with the multiple Lincoln spheres that the Radiant have. Oh, Clinks is not going to make it out of this, but he does manage to take down the Earth Spirit first, so some of the disruptive abilities are gone for the Dire, but with the Disruptor himself still up. This one could go long. All outer shrines are gone for the Dire. The Radiant still have their... Actually, they still have both their shrines.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Dire are going to make their move in on Roshan here. They want the big guy for themselves this time. They do need to be careful. They're not doing they're not actually doing a lot, but then again, they've only got 2 people in here. They're doing quite a bit more now, but can they actually get this kill in a timely fashion? They're going to get the kill. The Immortal Bloodseeker this time. Is this going to be the signal? Clinks is looking like he wants to go and finish off what he started on the bottom lane. And he's got the ability to do it. He's got the damage. Even through backdoor protection. Oh, they know Clinks is around there somewhere. And 3 on the Windy. She's evading a lot of this thanks to that wind run, but breaks the Lincolns, but she's not going to survive the Radiance burn. Death Pulse is going to constantly track that familiar until it gets hit, but since it's not a one-shot, the familiars can just heal up. The Knight has fallen. And with we get the legal map hack too, because the scepter and the gem. Night Stalker's going around looking for wards. Funnily enough, he's not going to find any. Disruptor does fall to Clinks. That means that a lot of their crowd control is gone for the Dire, and there goes the Darkseer as well. So a lot of their front line disruption. Can they get the Bloodseeker? If they can get the Bloodseeker, that'd be amazing. It would only get the Aegis, but the Visage Birds. Wind Ranger sending the illusions in. Not the real one, but 2-man shackle. That's a great call right there. The Necrophos going to be the current target. Eats the cheese. So they're not going to be able to get him. So they're just going to switch onto the Bloodseeker. Soul Assumption into him. Drow is low on health. Has to run with the BKB on. Scythe is going to come out and get her down. So there goes a ton of their damage. Again. Night Stalker and Visage both fall as well, so there goes a lot of just everything that the Radiant needed. Windy and Clink still survive. They could do some backdoor shenanigans, but With the barracks gone on the bottom lane, the Dire do need to defend a little harder. Meanwhile, the Wind Ranger just comes in and eliminates the Disruptor out of nowhere, and he just instantly buys back. And it's a dieback for the Disruptor, so they're not going to have him for 80 seconds, and they need him for team fights because without him, they don't have a lot of their crowd control. The Windy does fall, but she did what she needed to do. Gem of True Sight is on the deck. Although with the Radiant coming back, only one still down to the Drow. Only one still down, like I said, Drow and Windy. They know Necrophos is here. He doesn't have the cheese. He does have two ways of making himself unable to be damaged. But that scythe! The sheep stick is going to pull him down. Oh, but he lasts just long enough to pull Ghost Shroud. Pops the Blade Mail, and it's not going to be enough. Goes to the Night Stalker, but they found themselves the Earth Spirit as well. The Bloodseeker finds the Night Stalker and just bleeds him, but Ghost Scepter on the... Oh, there goes the Earth Spirit as well, and the Bloodseeker. He managed to evade a lot of it, and he's had the Aegis, so he's going to come right back. Wall of Replica dropped right on top of the Clinks. Clinks has to go invisible and run. They know where he's running, but they miss with the Blood Right. Good juke by the Clinks. TP, is it going to be enough? No, it's not. It's just a little too slow. If he had actually gone to the rune spot, he could have survived that. Shackle on the Darkseer. Visage Road's coming in. With most of their damage gone, the Radiant are going to be in trouble here. Visage knows he's going to fall, so he summons his birds, and they just die instantly. This Bloodseeker is just getting absurdly strong. Bloodright is on a 5-second cooldown. The Night Stalker has summoned the darkness. Bloodseeker, he's gonna have a lot of evasion. They need somebody with a good, MKB carrier. But their best MKB carrier, probably the Drow. Ooh, Night Stalker finds the Disruptor and escapes the Bloodright, so there goes a lot of the team fight disruption for the Dire. I'm using that phrase a lot, aren't I? Yeah, kind of. Oh well. Good use of the... That was a good use of the darkness skill. He's using some skills onto the fake Earth Spirit. Luckily, if you're paying attention to your Soul Assumption stacks, you can tell that you can tell if an Earth Spirit is the real one or not, or if an illusion is a fake. Drow is going to be cut down by the Darkseer. There goes huge amounts of the damage, but the Wall of Replica going to keep the Visage in place for a second. The Night Stalker is in trouble. He's going to get scythed down. He's gone. This is not looking great for the Radiant. Windy could go and try and take down the mid-racks, but with backdoor protection, they'd be hard. Invisiclinks looks like he's ready to do something. The Yules is going to take the Disruptor out of the fight for a second, but triple Visage Birds online. Problem is, Visage himself is not all that tanky at this point. He's going to die. Clinks goes down to the low ground, and he might not survive this either. There goes all of the damage, pretty much, for the Radiant for 99 seconds. Nobody on the Radiant side has buyback either. This is going to be at least a full lane. Drow's going to be coming back. Are they going to go for the throne? Necro is. Disruptor standing here just trying to keep them in. Not going to be enough though. He's going to fall. Drow's just going to pop her BKB and walk out. One tier 4 gone. With just Drow and Windy though, there's not much hope of fighting this. Good shackle from the Windy. Silence onto the Necrophos. But with the Ghost Scepter as well as Ghost Shroud, he's got some good ability to evade damage. That Blade Mail as well. Scythe on the Drow. She is gone for 110. That is like 70% of the Radiant damage gone for over a minute. Wind Ranger's trying, but all she can really do is occasionally shackle and take some pot shots at somebody. Focus Fire is not the most useful in this point. It's a good skill, but she doesn't have the items she needs, which one of them would be a Desolator. There goes the tier 4s. The Dire are going to start pushing in on the Ancient. Last stand of the Radiant here. Clinks is gone, as is... Oh, but they actually did manage to take out the Darkseer. That's a big deal. Visage is not such a big deal, but they need every defender they can get. Bloodseekers just decided, I'm going on the throne. And there we go, folks. The Dire win this one. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like or favorite the video. You can also leave a comment down below if you have anything you'd like to say. And if you want to keep up with me and never miss any of my current series, please click the subscribe button down below, or the icon at the end of the video. I think I already said that. I'm sorry if I did. If you have a match you'd like me to check out, send me the match ID number right here at the bottom of the score screen. As for that, folks, I have been Day. 45 minutes of Dota, and the Dire walk away with the victory. So good night, and good gaming.